Okay, let me wipe my nose. Hold on.
Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay.
just say and spell your first and your last name.
Okay. To the camera or to you?
To me.
Okay.
Everything to me.
Elise Carey, Elisecarey.
And Elise, just tell us about your family. You have a son and you have one on the way. So tell us about their ages and everything.
Yes, my son Mateo is 4.5. He turns 5 this October, and we're giving birth to our second baby boy September 3rd. So we're very excited about that and ready for the transition.
So have you been following this expanded child tax credit?
I have. At first, it was just talk, but then we got the letter in the mail. So we're very excited about it. And apparently today's the 14th, so tomorrow, the 15th, is when it's expected to come by check or direct deposit.
Yes.
And
so you got a letter in the mail. And what did that letter tell you?
basically, it summarizes what's going on based on the age of your child. So Mateo is 4.5, 6 and 17. I think it was like 250 for the tax relief, and then 6 and under is 300, totaled to 3,600 a year. And they're spacing it out to help families budget this time, as opposed to just dumping the full amount like they did the last two ones, I think.
Yeah, and those were actually smaller amounts as well.
They were. And I was talking to my husband. We're very thankful to have this relief, but in reality, it's almost not enough, just because how much we were hit hard through the pandemic with everything. So
when you say you were hit hard, what do you mean?
my husband had a second job in the restaurant industry, and for a while they had to close. It was strictly just window service. So this was before there was any news of the vaccine, and we just were nervous to have him go back. And eventually they opened up, but it was operating at like 50 or even 25% capacity. And so at that point, it's not worth it to head in there. I decided that we're gonna do a second route. I nannied for 2 high-risk families to make ends meet. And now we're going through this tax relief, which is basically playing catch up. So it's gonna go towards student debt. We had to pause Sallie Mae for a year, which was nice. They were able to do that, but now the interest goes up for a year. You're pausing, but you're paying the interest. And then we're also gonna be using this to pay for preschool, so for school.
Okay, so has he been in preschool?
He was pulled out last year because I was working for those 2 high-risk families, but we continued to pay for preschool to hold our spot. So we essentially paid for a full year, planned to have him go back in the fall, wanted to wait until I was vaccinated, and at that point we had 3 months left. So I was like, let's just wait and do a solid year next year.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying, like you said in summary, is just we're very thankful that we're getting this. However, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough, but we are thankful. It does help. My sister in DC has 3 kids, all 1 year apart, so she's getting this as well. And same situation as me, one side, so single income family. I used to be a teacher, but my paycheck would basically go to childcare. So me staying home right now, it seems to work, and it's the best option for us.
And were you excited to find out that your baby will actually qualify for this tax credit?
Yes, I had no idea, but I found out if you give birth in 2021, your baby also applies for this. So that will be nice. And I think there's going to be a portal they're working on right now, which we'll see, and you can register after your child is born. And I think they'll start the monthly payments with that. And if it's not finished out through, then the tax return for 2021 is when you would see the rest.
And
so
this doesn't need to be a long answer, but what was it like deciding to have a child during the pandemic?
Well, we wanted to try probably 2 years ago. Definitely wanted to try last year, but then the pandemic hit, and of course the anxiety of the unknown, being pregnant, and in the beginning we were considered high risk, and it just was a lot of stress. It's hard enough alone being pregnant, but then going through the uncertainty of everything. So our age gap is nice. We're very thankful for it, but there was a delay. I mean, the pandemic set a lot of things back.
Yeah. And did you ever consider the economic impact of the pandemic and how that would affect having a child?
100%. I mean, our insurance covers so much, but we have a high deductible. So you have to think about the cost of having a child and hoping everything goes well. But depending on how the delivery goes, the cost of like C-section as opposed to regular, VBAC, I think it's called.
Yeah.
But a lot goes into having a child. It's very financially, it's expensive.